Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. For today's video I'm going to be filming the second part of my December 2019 DVD Blu-ray update. This part is going to be just the movies that I've picked up throughout the month of December. I went a little bit crazy this month with the Blu-rays and the DVDs, so I've had to split them into two parts. So the first part that was uploaded was my TV show haul, like all the TV shows that I picked up this month, and as I said, this part will be the movies. So I'm going to get straight into it, and first of all I just want to say I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and you had a really awesome day, got to spend a lot of time with family, friends, you know, ate a lot of good food and got what you were after. Mine was a really good day because we ended up hosting this year. I mean, I did have to work for four and a half hours Christmas Day, but it was okay. It got a bit hectic towards the end there, but yeah, I survived. So I survived my first Christmas at McDonald's. So but yeah, it ended up being really well because we ended up hosting. So yeah, so and yeah, got I was really happy with what I got this year. The main one being is my new camera, because the one that I've been using I've had for like 7 years. And I thought it was time to get an upgrade, and yeah, so I got, it was my main present that I got. So, and then other things that I sort of got was like, I got some money, and also I did get one Funko Pop as a present, and I'm just going to quickly show that here, and that is, I got Squirtle. So I've been wanting the starter Pokemon because I've got Pikachu, and yeah, I just wanted to get Squirtle, so I thought I would just show him in this update. So there we go. So I got Squirtle, and then also I forgot to show this in my first part, but I did buy a new t-shirt, and it was actually the shirt I was wearing in that video, so I should have remembered it. But I did buy a new Frozen t-shirt. This one has Olaf on it, and it just says so hot, I'm cool. So yeah, that, and I did see Frozen 2, but I'll talk about that in Tracy Goes to the Movies when I film that at some point. But yeah, so I did get a new shirt from Frozen. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get straight into it because I've got a stack of movies here. I think I've more or less got them in order of where I got them from, so I'm going to get started. And to begin with, the first three that I got were from Big W, because it was right at the start of December. They ended up having a really good like sale on their like movies, and like 4Ks were like actually really good prices for like new release 4Ks. So I got one Blu-ray, and that was The Jungle Book, the live action from 2016. I haven't seen it since I saw it at the cinema, but I did like it when I saw it back then. But yeah, so I wanted to pick it up for my collection. So we have The Jungle Book, and then the two 4K titles that I got were Godzilla to King of the Monsters, which I've seen and I did actually enjoy, and I also got Rocketman. Haven't seen Rocketman. It's sort of one of the releases I meant to get around to but never did, which is kind of surprising because I think this would be something I'd be all over, but I yeah, just haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it. But hopefully in the next week, because I've got a few days off before I'm next at work, I can catch up on a few 2019 movies, catch up on TV shows, that kind of thing. So yeah, so that's Rocketman and Godzilla King of the Monsters, both on 4K. And then the next lot I have are from Sematary, because I ended up getting a few titles like just sort of to fill the gap in the collection, the ones I've been wanting to get. And then so I think these ones I've pretty much seen all the ones I got at Sematary in this batch. So the first one that I got was a documentary, and that was 8 Days a Week, The Touring Years. Because I saw yesterday at the cinema, and it kind of spurred on a bit of a Beatles kick for a while, and I actually saw this documentary. It was a 99-cent rental on iTunes. I decided to give it, I was like, you know what, 99 cents, I'll give it a go. And yeah, I quite liked it. I thought it was very informative, and it was one I sort of wanted to pick up for the collection. So yeah, went ahead and got the Beatles 8 Days a Week. So that one, and then film I haven't seen since it came out, again back in like end of 2015, beginning of 2016. I have The Big Short. I really liked this when I saw it, but I don't really remember much of it. Since like it's, yeah, I don't remember a lot of it, but what I remember liking it, so I wanted to give it another watch. So I went ahead and picked it up for the collection. And then probably a bit of a controversial pick, but I was really in the mood. Oh, actually, well, I'll show this one first, and then I'll show the next one. I was really in the mood to rewatch this, and none of the streaming services that I'm subscribed to had it, and I was like, I really want to watch it. And so I finally went, you know what, I'm just gonna get it, because it was part of like Cindy's 4 for 50 deal, and I got Ghost in the Shell, the 2017 version. Because I did see this at the cinema, mostly because I was curious about it at the time, and I know there was a lot of controversy over Scarlett Johansson's casting in it, and I went and saw it to see what all the, you know, because it was like what was being discussed about it, and I liked it at the time, but it wasn't like one of my favourite movies of that year. But now I was sort of like, you know what, I'm really in the mood, as I said, I was like really in the mood to watch it, so I went, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up for cheap and then give it a watch at some point, because I haven't watched it yet, so, like, since getting the Blu-ray. But, yeah, I did get Ghost in the Shell. And then, I picked up Bohemian Rhapsody. I did enjoy this, not as much as what I think a lot of people did, because, like, obviously with the Oscars and all of that, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was, like, a pretty good music biopic of Queen and Freddie Mercury, so yeah, went ahead and picked it up for the collection, so Bohemian Rhapsody. And then a movie that I think I'm one of the few people who liked it, and that was Mortal Engines. I thought this was a very interesting world. I tried to read the book, I think I tried to read it last year, but I really couldn't get into it at the time, so I never actually finished reading the book. But I know this movie didn't do too well at the box office, so I'd say there's really less chance we're going to get a sequel from it. But I thought it was a decent, like, you know, sci-fi dystopian like drama, so I would have been interested in seeing more from this world. But yeah, as I said, it flopped I think pretty badly at the box office. So, but yeah, so I got Mortal Engines, and then I picked up Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw. I really enjoyed this when I saw it at the cinema, and yeah, it's like, you know, I got exactly what I wanted out of it. I wanted a big, you know, action, fast-paced movie, and yeah, it didn't take itself too seriously. It was just a lot of fun, and yeah, I haven't rewatched it since, but I'm probably going to be doing a rewatch of the Fast and Furious movies in the lead up to Fast and Furious 9, so yeah, I'll probably include the spin-off in somewhere in there. So, but I really enjoyed it when I saw it earlier in the year, so yeah, that's Hobbs and Shaw. And then speaking of the Beatles and Yesterday, I did pick up Yesterday, so it was very different to what I was expecting, but I thought this just was a cute, romantic, like, I guess dramedy. It's sort of like him, yeah, but him waking up, he's one of the, like, only people who can remember the Beatles, and yeah, I just really liked it. It was, like, not my favourite, Danny Boyle film, but I thought it was, still pretty good, so that's, Yesterday. And then I also have another 4K that I picked up, and that was Men in Black International. Again, I saw this film back at the cinema, when it came out in the cinema. I really like both Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, and I thought they worked really well together. And yeah, I liked sort of seeing the expanded Men in Black universe. Again, I don't think it did that well, so I don't know if we'll end up with another film, like, with with the same cast, but I guess we'll see, or if they'll try and do another reboot. But yeah, I do like the Men in Black films, and I did like Men in Black International, so there we go, Men in Black International. And then the next stack I have are from JB. The first few that I have, I did actually go in store and pick them up while I was there. I have a couple of DVDs, and the first one that I got was sort of to go with when I could watch over Christmas, and I got the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas because I'd never seen it before. I have since seen it, and yeah, I'll talk about it more. I'll probably be doing like a December movie wrap up at some point. So yeah, I know it's out on Blu-ray, but it was like $7 and there was a 20% off, so I just went, you know what, I'm just going to pick it up on DVD, because sometimes I'm sort of like, I'm not as picky as I was with films on like getting them on Blu-ray. So yeah, I just went and grabbed the DVD of this. And the other one I got was Ophelia with Daisy Ridley. This was a film I wanted to see, but my cinema never got it, so I didn't have a chance to check it out. But it looks interesting, so yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a watch. So, and yeah, it only got a DVD release here in Australia, which I'm pretty sure it was only DVD, but yeah, I wanted to give this a watch, so I got Ophelia. And then the rest of the Blu-rays that I got Adrift, which I watched last year, and I thought was actually pretty decent. It took a while. I didn't like the flashbacks, how they utilised that, because I think it would have worked better chronologically. But I did like this overall story, and yeah, I liked the cast, like Shailene Woodley and Sam Claflin. I'm not sure how you say this name. I thought they worked really well together, and yeah, I thought it was a like pretty good, like, you know, survival at sea type story. And yeah, because I didn't know the true story going in, so but yeah, I did pick up Adrift. And then sort of to go with, because there's some films at the start of the year that I missed out at seeing at the cinema. So this year's been sort of really random for cinema going for me, because sometimes it's sort of like I wanted to see everything at the cinema, and then like there's a couple of periods where I was struggling to go once a month. And yeah, so I want to sort of going into, it sort of picked up again, like as you can tell with my Tracy Goes to the Movies, but I sort of want to be a bit more consistent with my cinema going in 2020, so we'll see if I stick to that. But yeah, this is one that I know my cinema did get, but I never went to see it, and that is Venice Back. It was in the 2 for $20, because I got it with Adrift, so I went and picked it up. So I haven't, as I said, haven't seen it, but it looks good, so I'm yeah, looking forward to giving this one a watch. And then another 4K film that I picked up, this one I got with my massive TV show order that I did through JB, and I wanted to get it on Steelbook, and it's also the 4K one, and that is this year's The Lion King. I liked it. I know, yeah, a lot of people have opinions on this one, but I thought it was cute. Not as good as the original, like the animated film, but it was decent, I thought. So yeah, I wanted it in the Steelbook because I want to try and get back into collecting more Steelbooks. So yeah, so I went and grabbed this one. So that's the Lion King 4K Steelbook. So that was my order from JB. And then I have one title that I got from Amazon. It was a new release. I was really looking forward to seeing it because I missed out on it at the cinema. And I don't know if it was just the mood I was in at the time, because I may have been just, because I know I watched it once I got back from work and I had an early start. And I think maybe that impacted like my enjoyment of it. So I probably will give this another watch. But it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which, you know, is being like, it's, I think, one of the forerunners for the Oscars, like for the big, like, Best Picture and things like that. But I just thought this was only okay. It was, yeah, as I said, I don't know if it was just because the mood I was in at the time, but I really wanted to love this, and like the performances were great. I really liked the Hollywood setting, like sort of with the 60s Hollywood setting, but the overall story, I just felt I was waiting for this big epic moment, and even towards the end when that had, you know, the typical Quentin Tarantino style like craziness that normally happens in his films, it was like I was like, oh, that's it. So yeah, I think I need to give it another watch, but because I know and another thing, it was basically like I was over an hour into the film, and I looked at how long I had left, and I was like, I've still got like an hour and a half to go, which, you know, when you go that do that to a film, you're just like, why? And yeah, so it was a bit of a letdown for me. Like, it wasn't like a terrible movie, but I just didn't love it as much as I wanted to, and again, I'll talk about this more in my wrap up, but basically, yeah. Like, I just want to say, I did see it, but I was probably expecting way too much, and maybe, yeah, I'll rewatch it later, and I won't have as high expectations, and I may enjoy it more, but, yeah, so for me, one of the disappointments, so it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And then the last stack I have here are from Sematary. I was sort of, because they were doing like, if you spent so much money, you would get free shipping, so I took advantage of that. So I sort of have a couple that formed part of a 3 for 30, because the one that I used the 30 to make up the 30 was in my TV show update. So I got Bad Boys 2, because the third one's coming out next month, and the trailer actually looks pretty good. I've seen the first one, I just haven't seen the second one, so hopefully I'll finally get around to watching it and seeing the third one next month. And I also got The Shining, which again I haven't seen, but I know Dr. Sleep came out a couple of months ago, and yeah, it looks interesting, so I thought I might actually watch The Shining and then hopefully pick up Dr. Sleep and I can watch it. So I've got those two, and then I have, most of these were part of the 70s 4 for 50 deal, so it's basically a lot of 2019 releases, because some I've seen, some I haven't, but a lot of them went into the deal, so I was like, I'm just going to stock up and then I can try and catch up on some releases that I missed. First one is one that I've seen, and I actually watched it on Netflix a few years ago. That was Battle Los Angeles. I actually quite liked this one, so I wanted it for the collection. And then again, another one that I saw at the cinema earlier this year and actually liked it, Child's Play, obviously the new one. I haven't seen the original, like any of the originals, well, the original Chucky, and I haven't obviously seen any of the sequels, so this was my first exposure to it, and I enjoyed it, so I went ahead and picked it up for the collection. And then I sort of have one I'm not 100% sure on, because it's, well, I'll show it. It's The Curse of the Weeping Woman. It's called The Curse of La Llorona, I think, in the other countries, but they changed it in Australia. Because I love the Conjuring films. I haven't seen Annabelle Creation. Annabelle was just okay. And I did like Annabelle Comes Home. I saw that one. I really didn't like The Nun. I thought The Nun was boring, if I'm being honest. But yeah, so I'm sort of, like, I'm still interested in this one, but yeah, I'm kind of like, so I haven't really loved any, like, really loved any of the spin-offs aside from, like, the main Conjuring films. So we'll see what I think of this one. So that's The Curse of the Weeping Woman. Yeah. And then I have one that I did see, and I actually was very pleasantly surprised by how much I did enjoy it, and that is Escape Room. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty decent thriller. I was like, I kept wanting to find out what was going to happen, how they're going to get out of the situation, and yeah, and I'm looking forward to the sequel, because I think they did greenlight a sequel, so I don't know if that's next year or 2021, but I think, yeah, I think it is. Like, based on the ending, there is a sequel coming. But yeah, so I got Escape Room. One of the bigger titles that I missed out earlier this year, and a lot of people have actually said it's pretty good, like a pretty good film, and that is Fighting with My Family. I don't really know too much about wrestling, so it's going to be interesting watching this, but yeah, as I said, heard a lot of good things, and yeah, so I'll give it a watch. And again, similar story, heard a lot of good things about this, and so I got One Shot, because I know this came out around the same time as Avengers Endgame, and I got, well, at the time, because yeah, I was still unlimited fun, so Endgame got my money that, like, for that week, and yeah, and I saw it a second time as well, but yeah, I'm sort of interested. I do like political, I think this is like a political comedy so yes, it looks interesting, so I'll give this a chance. So that's a One Shot. And then I have a film that I know not everyone was a big fan of, but I haven't seen the originals, and that's Pet Sematary. But the trailer looked pretty cool, so I thought, you know what, it's part of the 4 for 50, so I'm just gonna pick it up and see what I think. So yeah, that's Pet Sematary. And a film I mainly picked up because of the cast. It's the Sisters Brothers. Really don't know anything about this. I know it's a Western, but that's about it. So yeah. Sisters Brothers. And then I got a film that I know didn't get the best of ratings, but I'm still intrigued based on the cast, and that is The Kitchen. I'm hoping it's not going to turn out like Widows, because I had super high expectations for Widows, and that just fell flat for me. And yeah, so I'm hoping it's not like I don't want to sort of build up my expectations, because it's like I know it's a crime drama, but yeah, I'm hoping I like this one more than I liked Widows, because that's sort of what it's reminding me of. But I know a lot of people didn't really care for this one, but I thought, you know what, I'll see what it's like. So that's The Kitchen. And then a film I was interested in watching earlier this year, but my cinema never got it, and that's Tolkien. Yeah, I thought it could be an interesting look at you know, J.R.R. Tolkien's life. I think there's a bit of controversy because it's not historically accurate, but it looks like an interesting, like, period drama and that. So yeah, I went ahead and picked it up. So that's Tolkien. And then I also have another film that came out earlier this year. I never got around to it, which is kind of a shame, because I didn't really because this is like an Australian movie, and I really didn't do well, like, going to support local Australian dramas or like movies at the cinema this year, and that's Top End Wedding, which is kind of surprising because it's from the same people who did The Sapphires, and I did actually like The Sapphires when I saw that back in 2012. So yeah, I thought I'll go ahead and pick it up on Blu-ray so I can still give it a watch. But yeah, I need to do better about that in 2020. I need to support more Australian, like, cinema. So, but yeah, so that's Top End Wedding. And then another film I watched a few months ago and was very pleasantly surprised by, and that is Crawl. I was a lot more invested in this story than what I thought I would be based on the synopsis and that, but I actually thought this was a pretty good like, I guess, action horror. I'm not really sure how you'd best describe it, but it was very cheesy, and yeah, it was like, it was a bit out there, but I still really liked it. So that's Crawl. And then the last film that I have for this massive update is another Australian movie. Again, one that I was going to go see, but I just didn't have a chance because it was like right around the time I was actually quite busy with my with one of the a retail course I was doing at that time. And yeah, so that's sort of why there's a bit of a gap with my movie watching at the cinema. But I did pick up Palm Beach, mostly because of the cast, because it's a lot of it's a few names I recognised in here. So I thought, and you know, I thought yeah, based on the setting, that it would be quite interesting. So yeah, I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and check this one out. So there we go. As you can see, I have a lot of watching to do. I've still got my backlog of the films I've bought, like all the other films I've got in my collection, but you know me, I love Blu-ray buying, and well, movie buying in general, but yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what my next video is going to be, because I know there's like people are doing end of year lists and, you know, best of the decades, and I would like to do that, but I think trying to narrow down the films would be a bit like awkward, because it's like, because there's so many amazing movies this past decade, and yeah, but yeah, I may sit down and work out a list and try and film in, but yeah, I've got a few video ideas, so hopefully I'll get around to filming some videos, and that especially since I don't work until Tuesday, but yeah, I'm really excited to film more with my camera. It's so I'm sort of still testing a few things out, so yeah, it's just as I work with it, but yeah, so far so good, and yeah, hopefully yeah, it might inspire me to actually keep making consistent videos and that, because I do definitely want to still make YouTube videos, but yeah, so I think that's basically it, and I'm just going to stop it here. So thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye!